the heck?
That's a fun mascot, actually. Get a cow mascot, Google, you know. Well, the thing here is that this was all organized within, like, what, 2 weeks? It was mad fast. And this guy right here is one of the stars that you really want to see shine here. This is Ferps. He's #1 in Brazil. He would not get the opportunity to go to a lot of tournaments in the U.S. like this, but he's here and he's playing against the best player in the world, obviously. You know, guy who needs no introduction. It's Mkleo on the other side.
No doubt about that. Now, you recall the last time we did see Mkleo in competition, I think it was Ludwig's Smash Invitational, if I'm not mistaken. He just dominated that competition. You know what I mean? So kind of like on familiar ground as far as like who's the event organizer for this. And we just know, man, Leo, when he is just engaged, it's kind of falling back to the Byleth, right? Kind of that go-to again, pretty much put the Aegis on ice, and you can see why. Just a really strong start with Ferps. There's a kid right here that really I feel like people just kind of underestimate just because of where he's from. Ferps is damn good.
Oh yeah, and Ferps is actually one of the more innovative players when it comes to Kazuya. The Ferps tech on top of the platform was created, that OS, you know, very pivotal to the meta of this character. So one of the very early players to do it, but of course, when we're talking about early players and players with history, Mkleo is going to line up the resume in spades.
About that, man. You see it right now. The control gets the first stock. Ooh, but immediate response from Ferps. Not going to get that stock just yet, but I love the fact that he's able to apply a lot of pressure. But here's the thing with Leo, right? He'll get that lead, that first stock, and he's so good at just making those leads snowball, right? So that's what Ferps really needs to avoid, not getting caught too much like in the cycle.
He's got to watch the vortex of the neutral areas. Like, ironically, I think the more he's able to sort of get aerial and not get bounced around like this, and to get pushed to the ledge and get huge play there. Getting the down special, and you can see he has that prepared and ready to go. Leo has said that he's a lot more comfortable in this matchup than he used to be. You can see it right there. He had that ready.
Yeah, and that's such a common option from Kazuya players. Your recovery is not that great, and usually you don't want to go that high with the double jump unless you have a directional air dodge mix-up. And you usually want to stall with the neutral B right there. And, I mean, Leo just lining up the tipper on that side special, so crisp come out from Leo.
And this is just the domination that we expect to see from Leo. Just, as you were saying, he feels like he takes a lead. And the early lead wasn't that strong. You see Ferps trying to keep it going, but can't make it happen. There is the down. Oh, my goodness. It's a custom combo. He could have done anything
Seriously, out of that, Leo just kind of picks what option he feels is going to be the best for that situation, but it'd be a good opportunity for Ferps, okay? He's in stock, but still, I'm loving the fact that he is able to accumulate a lot of his damage, but Leo just plays so confidently, right? He's in a very, very comfortable position. Leo kind of catches Ferps lacking, and that's going to be a two-star. You see that quick glance to the camera? He knows what he's doing. Honestly, this guy's a showboater. Come on.
Well, he's got a feeling it a little bit. I think eventually the reality when you're the best player on the planet starts to sink in a little bit. Like, I'm kind of hot shit. I think the confidence to go for that down special on the laser in the first game to say, no, you're not doing that the rest of this set. I think that really is going to pay as the set goes on, because Ferps is going to second-guess every single attempt at a recovery he's going to make, because Leo has shown that he'll go out there.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that Leo is the best player in the world, and that was a big question mark actually before Ludwig's Invitational, right? Before Mkleo really came through and swept everyone under the rug and was like, all right, you know, I know my placements haven't been the greatest, but just really came back firing on all cylinders here. And that was the last time we saw Leo compete, so this is such a treat that we have Mkleo in the building right now, and we'll see who can challenge him in this spot.
100%, man. He's extremely excited for the Smash World Tour. Well, how about the Scuffed World Tour, okay? Hey. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Definitely bringing together a great group of players as we discussed, and Leo already just trying to take it to him. My goodness, Ferps narrowly escaping that situation.
Just barely, too. He was mere frames off, or I'm sorry, pixels off from getting clipped by that, but able to make it work. It actually takes the first stock, and this is what you were talking about before. You don't want Leo to snowball, but he's going to put it right back to
all
even
the way.
ground. We got that.
Got a sniper in the building. I guess not much of a sniper if it's not moving target, right?
Hey, man.
He's hunting.
A shot's a shot, all right? We'll take it either way. Leo getting it back to even footing for sure.
Oh, yeah, you can see the Forward Smash trying to call out the roll to the ledge, but you can see Ferps doing what Ferps does, getting a lot of hits off it. There it is, takes the stock, and this is a huge lead for him. And Town and City has really been paying off for him. Having this much empty space has been huge for him.
Yeah, I gotta put my glasses on, looking a little like FD right now. Hold up.
Yeah, well, It's just animal FD.
Oh!
There are 4 FDs in this game.
Tried to get a connection, but great DI out from Leo just to go off stage there to stop the combo.
That's
But
beautiful.
Wow.
This is a really bad position. Byleth does have an incredible tether recovery, so even the gates of hell can't stop Leo from coming back on the stage.
I wonder what else he could have done. He's going to get the game anyway. Well done to Ferps. I wonder what else he could have done, because he did Gates of Hell into double laser. He tried to go laser just to like clip him out of it. But like, as Kazuya, you don't want to go out there. So I guess that's probably the best thing. Do you want to go like a low neutral? Like, I don't even know.
Gates of Hell is just so much damage, and most characters are like, they just can't recover from
they
it.
don't
But
have
just
the privilege of Byleth.
putting Leo on the ledge there, getting your damage right, and even when we watch someone like Riddles play, who's the best Kazuya, you can go for all the crazy zero to death, but remember, you are playing in tournament. There is so many different layers of pressure, you know, on the line. There's so much on the line here, and there's so much emotions, and sometimes you want to just end your combos off and get the damage. Yeah, get the damage, play your advantage state, have faith in your advantage state. So 1-1 apiece here, and Ferps turning some heads. I mean, that was a solid 2-stock there, game 2.
I mean, the kid's hungry, man. He doesn't get many opportunities like this. #1 in Brazil, one of the best Kazuya players on the planet. But even then, you said that, you know, Riddle's the #1 Kazuya in a lot of people's eyes. He's really trying to change that. But again, he goes for the high laser. That could have spelled doom for that first stock. But he's still up a bit.
Yeah, man. Definitely talked about how Ferps is a little underappreciated, and that's one thing. Like, they made sure they wanted to prioritize with these round 1 matches, where we want to get some of these international players some of that spotlight they don't traditionally get to enjoy, right? And I think that's a really good play, because really, look at how Ferps is playing. Like, this is not a guarantee for Mkleo. Like, despite the accolades, despite how good we know he is, this is not just like a free round 1 by any means. Ferps putting up a hell of a fight and really could get this first stock off to yet again set the tempo.
Yeah, and I mean, that's such a big deal with the regional invites like you were talking about, right? So all these players from all the different regions. It is the Scuffed World Tour, but Leo landed in with that forward smash.
Probably a miss input there.
I would imagine so, yeah.
No reason.
Because he wasn't anywhere near him for it.
No. Unless he smelled a roll in. Leo, not really.
That's the new Ferps tech, put it away.
Just down smash in place.
Ooh, okay. The down air going to come through. Very surprisingly strong move coming out from Kazuya there. They've parried multiple hits here, and Leo is going to get a really big combination. And here's the down throw, the zap. Tried to go onto the platform there. Not going to end off with too much damage, but Ferps keeping the pressure on. The crumple into the finisher right there. Oh my goodness, Ferps with the lead here in game 3.
Dude, Ferps is absolutely just cooking Leo. I mean, he's like kind of responded pretty nicely too to a lot of this nair pressure that usually gets Leo a lot of mileage. Ferps has just found ways to play around it.
Kazuya is the inevitability. He's the time bomb of Ultimate. As the game gets older, as people get better and better, you're really going to see their punish games evolve. And it seems like Ferps is the harbinger of that. You can see just these stocks from Leo. No matter how many times Leo can get around him or get these neutral airs, if he gets clipped one time, he's done. There's the... it's not even a question.
God.
It's on... Yeah, it's over.
Another 2-stock. 2-stock game 2, 2-stock game 3. Right now, Ferps is on a roll against the best player in the world. Mkleo stepping up to the plate.
He knows he only needs one more game. I mean, imagine opening this tournament with an upset on the best player in the game. That is insane. A lot of pressure to live up to as well. We know, people have gone up 2-1 against Leo plenty of times.
Or 2-0.
Or 2-0. Doesn't mean they've closed out the set. So for Ferps, it's all about just right mentality, staying engaged, and just trying to put him away. And Leo keeping faith with the Byleth despite 2 rocky games.
I mean, this is the former Smash World Tour champion, right?
Sir.
Like, this is the guy who was the world champion just a year ago. And to start off Scuffed World Tour with a 3-1 on him at the beginning of the tournament would be a huge statement. That said, Leo looking a lot stronger here. Has knocked Ferps off the side, kept him at disadvantage for
double jump.
30 seconds straight. He's just unrelenting.
Get
but
through.
what spacing there?
Wow, Ferps. The fact that he's still alive is insane.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a great recovery. Essentially, you just had the directional air dodge and Ferps weaved it in there and scoops it up.
It's even. It's even now.
So much damage. Here's the ledge trap here. Tries to get the up special. Not going to connect here. Leo going to fade back. Going to just take this ledge trap. Doesn't get the sweet hit of that forward air. Wow, the patience.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my time, right?
We're trying to bait him, okay. Payoff gets that first stock off.
see the neutral air, and again, this is where Ferps is so vulnerable. He's so vulnerable out here because Leo can just keep it running with the neutral airs and these pokes from the aerials. You can see it here. Ferps cannot get off the right side of the stage.
Yeah, he is getting locked down. This is great pressure from Leo. Look at, I mean, just nowhere to go, just completely being smothered.
And it's the standard Leo stuff. Yeah. It's the last hit of neutral air that's really making Ferps second guess and wonder when he can come out of the shield, and then just masterful edge guarding here. You can see him just stuck there.
Yeah, and this is Mkleo we're talking about. When it comes to adaptation, he is #1 in the world at it. I mean, just so good. He can turn any set around, and we're seeing it happen right before our eyes. So many changes, but keeping it close is Ferps, 2 stocks apiece, but the percentage is looking a little bit more different.
Yeah, definitely very, very skewed in the favor of Mkleo right now. Nobody's going to debate that, but yeah, Rage Art is there.
Oh, no.
But so are the setups from Mkleo, just so efficient with that. So full stock lead. I got a feeling Game 5, May, you said, you know, Kazuya is inevitable. So is Mkleo. You can simply make that argument. He's turned it up immensely for Game 4.
These Nair into down tilts from Leo into another Nair extension. Again, Ferps trying to go for the double dip there. You have to take a risk. You're down a stock here. Leo not going to let it happen, though, and this is no double jump. You have 1 air dodge, and yeah, Leo is lurking in the water for that edge guard. That up special can just get the spike on Kazuya, but there's a big amount of damage here. I don't know if the up special is going to be enough, but it doesn't connect.
Didn't even matter. He's able to survive, and now 125 Leo has to be careful, but he's still just so aggressive, and you can see the way that he's crossing him up, going behind him, so he's not able to respond.
Imagine a sword character that can just mash on your shield. Wow, that sounds really good.
Yeah, imagine that.
There's another neutral air. Yeah, he's going to be able to tech out, but even still, this is all gravy for Leo, who still has that final stock. But let's not forget, Ferps so efficient at shaving off stock so quickly. If Leo takes 1 hit here, if he gets hit by an up special or something, he might lose this stock, and then eventually, maybe even the game.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee just yet. Like, until you see game on the screen, Ferps definitely still very much so in this. Now this is where he found a lot of pressure last time, was on the right side and doing it again.
You're not glowing red no more, so the comeback mechanic's gone, and yeah, no jump, no comeback mechanic, no air dodge. That's going to be a Game 5
I even saw like the 2 games Leo lost. Like, I did notice he was still kind of like smiling and laughing. So I was kind of thinking in the back of my head, okay, he definitely has like a game plan, just needs to execute. I think we just saw it on display right there. Just so much pressure applied to Ferps, and the way he was able to lock down him in so many of those positions where he's just trying to get back to the stage. It's paid off.
The games that Leo have won and the games that Ferps have won have looked very similar. Like, in terms of, like, the 2 games Leo won, it's clear lockdown. You're stuck in a bad position for 45 seconds straight. You're taking 120. The games that Ferps have won have been 2 stocks, just domination. I'm wondering what flavor of game we're going to get this next one, because clearly it feels like once one of them gets that lead, they just don't let it go. I feel like the momentum hasn't really swung in terms of inside the games. It's out of the games, you know? It's like Leo
from game to game.
Exactly, yeah, but in the games, once somebody gets a lead, they've been riding it all the way, so the first stock is going to be so important here. We got a music pick here. Love to see those.
That's relevant.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
You know what I mean?
You got to feel yourself. You got to feel yourself. What music is playing is a very big deal here, and I mean, I feel like if you're Leo, it's kind of on your turf. You've been in this scenario before, right? There's more pressure on Ferps for sure, right? You're Game 5 against Mkleo. This is your first round. Somewhat expected to lose in terms of seeding, right? So Ferps is the one that has something to prove here.
And it's so scary, too, at a tournament like this, because you lose immediately, and you don't get a break. You don't get the easy matches. I mean, these are the 16 top players on the planet. And so if you go into losers, that might be it for you in the next set. So let's see how this one shapes out. And again, Leo just coming out swinging at the start. Ferps has got to get back to center, because he can't afford to take 70% on the right.
Yeah, this is the exact, and Leo has him exactly where he wants. I mean, the options right now. Total domination, and this is where Leo just excels so well. Look at that, 0 to death. Forget about it. Ferps, a little premature celebration at the end of that 3rd game.
Yeah, that's the thing about Byleth. You get that Earthquake hitbox, that Nair. You see a lot of conversions on stage, but Leo also can convert it off stage into the tipper forward air and seal out the stock. Didn't take any damage. And let me remind you, this isn't just like most invitational style tournaments, right? This isn't groups. We're in bracket right now. When you lose this match, you go to the loser's bracket, and then you only have one more shot after that. So there's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, this ain't your typical, round one type of matchup right now. Basically, these players just got floated through Saturday and Friday, right? This is Championship Sunday, championship level play, and Leo obviously considers himself the champion of all of Ultimate, and he is demonstrating it here with a dominant display over Ferps, who's just struggling to get anything going to just convert into his first stock.
Leo's just doing so well at playing at mid-range. You can see it. He'll back himself into the corner because he's confident that he can escape out.
Oh my, dude,
you saw it right there.
That was all bait. That was all bait.
He actually backed himself into the corner, jumped over him, and baited him to come back in. Because what he's doing is he's staying right outside of Kazuya's range. He's staying at the mid-range, but even long enough to get that down tilt to convert into a kill. But wait a minute. Oh, dude, that grab could be pivotal.
What just happened? That was a very not usual Kazuya combo.
Very strange, especially to pop out in a game 5 like that. Wondering if it's another misinput, because that could have been huge.
Well, we got to give credit to Leo's defensive DI as well, mixing
of course,
in and out on the electric here. The directional air dodge still going to get caught here. This is your last stock. You have to get back onto the ground, but Leo just not letting it happen.
Yeah, that leg drop feels good to do in the moment, but it's almost like an intrusive thought.
No.
Yeah, and ever since that leg drop, dude, because you think in your head, you're like, all right, I got to get back down to the ground. But Leo has thought of that 3 steps ahead.
100%.
It's almost like, okay, get down now. And you should know better, but when you're in that position, man, when you're on your last stock against Leo, game 5, those things happen, and you can see Leo just taking advantage.
It's tough